Nice.
And this meeting is now streaming on YouTube, Mr. Paul.
Okay.
Oke, teman-teman mahasiswa mungkin ada yang buka kamera juga tidak apa-apa ya, sambil kita lihat. Mungkin Mr. Paul bisa lihat wajah kalian ya. Okay, Mr. Paul, what if we start the lecture today? I can open this meeting. Kita mulai ya, Mr. Paul. Let's try. Let's
Okay.
to start this lecture. Baik, teman-teman mahasiswa sudah hadir di depan kita. Di Anda juga dosen tamu ya. We have a lecturer from Netherlands. Maybe I will read the CV or bio. This is we have Paul Robert Nijman here. He is a lecturer in Section University of Netherlands, and he has a lot of experience, especially in legal welfare. And today he will give a lecture related to social work practices with individuals. And we have a two session. The first session is lecture from Mr. Paul, and after that we will discuss. We will open questions to answer, and maybe there is a little exercise for Mr. Paul. Mr. Paul, I think this is time for you to give your presentations, give your lecture, and thank you in the name of our department. You can join this lecture. Please, Mr. Paul, this is your time.
Okay. Thank you very much, Pak Budi. Thank you for inviting me for this lecture. I'm very honored to be a guest in this lecture for you. Yes, as you said, I'm a lecturer in the University of Applied Science in Holland at the University of Saxion. And there we educate social workers. And the focus is on the individual side, the micro level. So I want to take you to show you what we learn our students. Actually, to introduce myself also a little bit, maybe you can see that, but originally I have also some Indonesian blood, Indonesian mixed. My parents are coming from Jawa Tengah, from Magelang, and they lived in Bandung for a long time in the Jalan Flores. I think that it's near the Kedung Sate, what they call that. And so I have a very strong connection with Indonesia also. But maybe we can start the PowerPoint presentation. If there are people who want to ask something, please feel free to raise your hand and to ask something or to interrupt so we can discuss and you can ask your questions, or maybe you can add some information. It is okay with me. I like the interaction. Um, okay. I speak a little bit Bahasa Indonesia, dus maybe I will campur my Bahasa English a little bit with Bahasa Indonesia if it is possible. Thank you. So the the first slide, please, Pak Budi. I don't know if it is possible.
Pak Robi, atau silakan dipresentasikan.
Pak Ruby ya.
Ya. Digipad, the Digipad man.
Share screen, Pak. Share video.
Yes.
No, not a video.
PowerPoint.
Not yet. Yeah.
PowerPoint. Yeah, he is our Digipad. New term from you.
That's my term also. Yeah, I'm a digibet. Okay. Can I have the first slide, please? Yes. Okay. Thank you. So, yeah, this is one of the section buildings you see. You can go to the next slide, please.
Next slide.
Yes, please.
Okay. Okay.
So the agenda for today, what I want to discuss with you is about. First, I want to start with social work in general in the Netherlands. What is the position? What are the obligations? And what are the tasks of the social worker in the Netherlands in general? And after that, I also want to discuss with you some the methodical approach, how we work with a method, what kind of methods we are working with. And also one of the methods is the circle of change. But what is where we're going to focus on the circle of change. It comes later. It is to understand how the client behavior is, how he's motivated for the problem, to work on the problem. And the next topic will be no, please. Yes, thank you. The psychological analysis of the human communication. So I want to focus on the communication, how to interact, and what are the messages we are giving in our communication. And the last part, I think we're going to talk about the Rose of Leary. That's a model also for also a communication model, what characterize the interpretation, the communication, the interacting of the client and the social worker. Okay, and last thing, I hope there will be time enough for maybe we can at the end maybe we can discuss some questions and discuss further on. Okay, can I go to the next slide, please? So let's start with the let's
Slide 9.
The before that, please, number 3, the global definition. Yeah, thank you. Let's start with the global definitions of social work. The global definition of social work, you can read what we that's our fundamental thought about social work. It's made by the International Federation of the Social Workers, and you can read there that social work is a practice-based profession, and it promotes social change and development, and we try to empower the client with the focus also on human rights and diversity of different kind of people. The definition of the work of the social work, the work of social work, yes, is underpinned by theories. So it's a profession underpinned by theories, by research. For what are you doing? What the social worker is doing is not only from the heart, this is also from the head. The knowledge you have to have the knowledge from research to what he's doing. That is the right thing. What he's doing. So I often tell my students um, to be a social worker is a combination between head, heart, and hands. So the head is the knowledge you have to have, knowledge from research, but also you have working with your heart for empathy, and also the hands is for the skills, for the communication skills. So that is the combination of those three facts. It's important for the social worker. The core task, thank you. The core task of the social worker is to promote social functioning of the people and their social context. So that's working with clients. And that is, I think, the main thing what is important for the social workers in the Netherlands. And later we want to focus on that kind of core task more. But another core task is also to strengthening the organization relationships with social work. So that is the different kind of organizations who work with clients, like the local government, foundations, volunteer organizations, or private organizations. You have to work together with them. That's also a core task. And the last core task is to promote the own professionalism by research, seminars, and to also with the professional association, to join professional association of social work. So the next slide, please. The position of social work. Yes, please. The next one, please. Number 5. Yes, the position of social work in the Netherlands is very broad. As if the social worker have a wide range of focus. They have interfaces with the healthcare because they are working with patients, also disabled people, mentally disabled people, or physical disabled people, but also interfaces with the educational domain, like working with children, educating children, with youth, like that. So they are working together with education, with the healthcare, but also the legal domain. The legal domain is like the probation, the probation office. I think in Indonesia it's called the Bapas and the Lapas. Also there are also social workers active. The security domain is also with the legal domain, of course, and the economic domain when people are having money problems, for example, poverty, like that. So the target group of the social worker in the Netherlands. What is said is disabled people, mentally, physical, children, criminals, elderly people, people who are addicted, poverty, family issues, raising or parenting children. That's all the domain of the social worker. So it's very broad. Thank you. Next slide, please, Pa. Yes, thank you. So we work, the social workers in the Netherlands, they work with the professional code. So that's a kind of guideline for the professional, for the social worker. The social worker works on the field, and often he's thinking, am I doing the good thing here? Do I do the right thing? And to help the social worker with that, there's a guideline, and the guideline is made by the professional association. And the guideline is a guideline which are there are 29 articles described how the social worker has to behave or acting, or what he's doing, and it is based on 5 core values. Those 5 core values are written down here. That is, of course, the main thing is to have respect for human dignity and autonomy, commitment and willingness to assist people, social justice and human rights, expertise and diligence, and reliability and integrity. So these are the values who are in the fundament of the social workers. It is not the code has not does not give fixed answers on questions, but it is a guideline. The social worker often has ethical considerations to make, and he has to make prudent decisions and well-argued decisions. And to help him, he can look at the professional code, who's helping him to give him a direction how to act. Sorry. Okay, if there are questions, please, you can raise your hand and ask the questions. The next slide, please.
Next slide, silahkan.
So there are some considerations, ethical considerations the social worker has to make, and because it is these ethical considerations, it is also important that the social worker has to legitimize his acting, his behavior. He can't do anything. He can do things, but he has to make. He has to respond. He is responsible to what he is doing to legitimize that. And we have the legitimization triangle. To whom does the social worker has to legitimize himself? So the first thing, of course, he has to legitimize it to his client and client organizations. That's he's responsible. This is what he is doing, what he is saying, that it's the right thing. Also, he has to legitimize the two other social organizations or local government that what he is doing, he's not doing that only from his heart, but also with his head. He can argue why he's doing it and what he's doing, and how he's doing that, what he's doing. And also, of course, he has to legitimize it also to his colleagues and to his executives and also the professional group. So this we call that the legitimization triangle. Yes, please. The next question. The next. Yeah. To legitimize his acting, he's responsible. He has to the accountability. He has accountability to what he's doing and why he is doing that. To be responsible for that, and that's also one of the things. The social workers, they use the methodical cycle. What you're seeing here is the methodical cycle. That's a model. It starts with orientation. When the social worker meets the client, he has to orientate what's the problem here. He can ask, of course, what is the problem, but often you have to search for the problem. We call that to search for the problem behind the problem. When someone is coming with, for example, financial problems, for example, yes, the question of the client is, I need money. Yes, that is maybe the question, the request of the client, but the problem behind the problem is maybe has addicted. He's addicted to drugs or something, or maybe he buy more things than he get money. Or maybe he has relation problems with his partner, with his wife, for example, and more expensive costs he has, and less money. So to orientate on the problem, of course, you have to discuss with the client, but you have to also to collect information from the client, but also collect information from maybe from other organizations, or from the partner, or from the family. So to collect information and to discuss that with the client, you come to the main problem. What is here the main problem? And we call that, after the orientation, you see unraveling, and designing. So you unravel the situation of the client, and you get to the main problem. In the medical domain, they call that, of course, the diagnosis. What's going on here? What is the problem? What is the real problem? So what is the diagnosis? After that, we make a plan. Okay, what is the client agree with the main problem? Does he see what is the main problem here? So when you discuss that with your client, and he is connected with the problem, and he sees, okay, that's maybe the main problem, then you can discuss with the client, okay, how do you gonna work with this problem, on this problem? So you make a plan together with the client. The social worker makes a plan. Okay, how do we work on this problem? And that plan is written down. And also the plan is also the social worker discussed this plan also with his colleagues in intervision groups. So then you have a plan, and then you implement the next thing is you implementate the plan. You are working with the plan with the client. The client is working on the plan, and you are helping him. You are guiding him to work on this the problem. So actually, the main thing for the social worker is to help the client that he can work independently on his problems. So not the difficulty is not to work on the problems your own for the social worker, but the social worker has to lay down and help the client that he fix his own problems, and you help him. You try to help him with that for to be independent and for his self-esteem, for example. After that, the plan will be evaluated. You evaluate the plan. Okay, you are looking back. Okay, what was the problem? How did we work on the problem? How do you work on the problem, the client? And where are we standing now? Is the problem solved, or is there still a problem, or is there another problem? Then we have to. That's why it is a methodical circle. Then we have to orientate again with a new situation and make a plan, unraveling, and make a plan again, and implement the plan and evaluate. So it is a circle. So that's the methodical circle we use in our work. The next slide, please. Pak Guzman.
Next slide. Pak Robi, Pak Kusuman.
Yes. So what is often the students of mine are asking me, what is the methodical approach? What is work with the method? What is that? How do we do that? And then I always say the methodical approach. Okay, can I have the last sheet, please? Silakan, the number 7. It's numbers. No, that's number 7. Number 10, please. Number 10. Thank you. Terima kasih, Pak. Methodical working is what I often said, because what I said is for the social worker, work with the head, work with the heart, and work with the hands. And methodical work is the methodical approach is the main thing is to work with the head also. So everything what you do as a social worker, it has to have a target, it has to have a plan, and you have to be conscious with this plan, and you do it systematic. So, for example, here in the Netherlands, sometimes social workers work with mental disabled people, and they are walking with them in the mall or in the supermarket. And other people said, "Okay, what are you doing? You social worker? That's an easy job you have. You're working with the mental disabled person. You go shopping, and then you are finished. So why do you have to go to the university for that?" So, and then the answer, what I often give is, yeah, for the outside people, they think, oh, you are working with the mentally disabled person, and you do blanja, you're shopping with them, but there is a plan behind that for this client. You are shopping, but you have a target with that. So you do it with consciousness, and you do it with a plan, and you do it systematic. So behind this client, there is a plan, and you are implementing this plan, a part of the plan, for example, during the shopping, for example. For the outside people, they don't see that, but and that is the head thing, the what I mean. So everything you do, you have to legitimize it. And there is a plan behind that. Okay, thank you. So we go to the next slide, please. Guzman, the slide number. Yeah, it's okay. So now we go. We're gonna focus to the client contact. So there is a model we use. That's the circle of change. The circle of change that is made by Prochaska and Di Clemente. I think they are two from Italy, from the trans-theoretical therapy. They made the circle of change. And the circle of change is a model for understanding how the client is relating to the problem. It classifies the steps you have to make to connect with the client. For example, so it starts. You can see that with at the sheet, but it starts with the preview, which you see on the side on the slide. There are different steps, different stages where the client is in his motivating to work on the problem. So the first step is the preview step. The preview step is there are some clients who has to go to the social worker. For example, the BAPAs. They have to go to the social worker. It is not voluntary. They are obligated to go to the BAPAs. So they are often not motivated. So they don't have a problem. The environment has a problem with them, but they don't have the problem itself. They don't see that. That's the preview stage. I don't have a problem. The environment has a problem. So when you have, as a social worker, when you connect with the client, don't talk with him about solutions from problems or how does he have to behave, because he don't have the problem. So in your intervention, you have to connect in the stage where the client is. So when the client has also made a decision that, oh, I have a problem and I want to work on the problem, okay, then your intervention, you can talk about the solution and how to work on the solution. But in the preview stage, the client don't feel a problem. So you don't talk about solutions. So you have to connect with the client in the stage where he is. And in the preview stage, you're not talking about problems or you're not talking about solutions. No, in the preview stage, you work on the relationship with the client. Talk with him. What is his life? What is the things he likes to do? What are the things? What are the problems does he have in his life with his children or with his friends or with his talk? There are no obligations. Talk with him. Work on the relationship. Make that he is trusting you. work on the trust. The client is not aware of the problem. What you can do there is to talk about his life. What are the pros and what are the contrasts of situations where he is in, but not yet point a problem. The challenge is that the client the challenge is that you try to make the client that he sees his own problem. So you discuss with him his life and the problems, what he feels like, the problems where he is in his life. And after that, the second stage is the reflection stage. The reflection stage is the stage that the client begins to discover his problem. Okay, he's thinking, okay, there is something that I don't like, what my problem is, but it's a little problem. But that is also he has mixed feelings, and that is okay. He is realizing that he's having a problem. That is the reflection stage. The intervention is then not the same as in the previous stage of the social worker. So as a social worker, you have to do other things in your intervention with the client. And also, I will tell that later. The next stage is the decision stage. The decision stage is the stage that the client has the problem. He feels that he has a problem and he wants to work on it. That is the stage. Then you can talk about with him. You can talk with him about finding solutions. Okay. Later on, I will tell about the intervention the social worker can do at that stage. The next stage is the active change stage. That is the stage where the client is already working on his problem. And the last stage, not the last, sorry, the second last stage is to sustain. When he's working on his problems, he has to learn to persistence the change, so that the what he has learned to work about his problem, that he also can fix other problems. So he's working on his self-confidence and self-esteem also. So that is the persistence of the solution. And of course, the last stage is relapse. Of course, the client can relapse, fall down. For example, for the addicted clients, when he's addicted to drugs, so it is never that he is the circle is going round to the end. No, when he's on his way in the circle, he can relapse. He take drugs again, for example, and then you can discuss that with him. So that is the picture, the pointing at the outside. So during this circle, he can relapse and he fall down to another back to another stage, and then you as a social worker has to connect, feel such the connection with the client in that stage again. So also that is a circle where he can fall down. Originally, this model is used and is making for the addicted clients who are addicted to alcohol, addicted to drugs. And it is the task of the social worker is to see, like we called it, the helicopter view. When you are talking with the client, for in your imagination, step in the helicopter and go up to above and see from above, look at you and your client with a helicopter view, and try to see, okay, the client is already, he is recognize his problem, so he is in the reflection stage or the indecision stage, and you can connect with your intervention at the stage where he is. So during the conversation with the client, you have to the conversation with the client, but also the helicopter view. So you have to change that several times. Okay, talking with client and helicopter view, talking with the client, helicopter view, like that. For example, I have an exercise for you. So I want to ask you. I give you some examples, and I want to ask you to react. What is the stage where the client is? Is it in the preview stage, or is it in the reflection stage, or in the decision stage, or in the active change stage, or in the sustain stage, or in the relapse stage? May I have the next slide, please? Pak Guzman, please.
Next slide.
Okay, the next slide. So this is the talking of the client. The client says, I'm going to start running. I really don't exercise enough, which is not good for my health. At the left side, you see again the stages, the stadium, we call it in the Netherlands. This saying, this sentence of the client, how do you, is there someone who wants to tell me in what stage could the client be when you're saying that?
Oke, ini ada pertanyaan dari Mr. Paul ya. Ini dari ada pernyataan, ini pernyataan di stadion mana dari siklus yang ada ditampilkan tadi. Oke, siapa yang mau menjawab? Di sini tadi ada Bulia, ada Johannes. Oke, siapa nih? Bulia duluan ya? Oke, what stage katanya kalau ada pernyataan seperti ini?
Johannes saja coba.
Oke, Johannes.
Setelah Johannes baru saya.
Silakan.
Okay.
If I may.
Okay. I think in this case the client is in the decision stage because he or she has realized that they have a problem of not having enough exercise, and therefore they want to fix their problem by running, by starting to have a new they're like running to run basically to improve their health. I think it is.
I think you are very good. That is, I think if Pak Guzman wants to go to the next slide, and you can see it is, you are right, and your explanation about your answer is very, very good. Yes, he has already made the decision. Pak Guzman,
Pak
can
Guzman,
you?
silakan
Slide
lanjutkan.
berikutnya.
Slide berikutnya. Correct answer ya, Johannes tadi. Pak Gusman?
Pak Robi atau Pak Kusman?
uh-uh.
Okay.
Apakah please ya?
No problem. Maybe Pak Gusman is minum kopi mungkin. No problem, no problem.
Ini,
Yes. Yes.
bisa?
Yeah, please. Yeah, see, that is the decision. Okay. Oh, the next one. Next challenge. Okay, you can please, Pak Gusman, it's okay. It's okay. Yes, okay. This weekend I ate at McDonald's. I shame because I had been super healthy for 3 months.
Oke, who's gonna answer? Siapa nih yang mau jawab?
In which stadium? In which stage? Pak Gusman also said the answer.
Jangan
Pak Gusman, you have the good answer. It is the relapse, of course.
Okay.
This client wants to, I think, be healthy and not wants to eat fast food, but this weekend she did, and then it is a relapse. Okay, Pak Gusman, please one slide ahead. Yes, only one slide, please. Thank you.
Jangan no diklik ya.
Jangan. Okay. The next one is these people who whine out blowing drive me crazy. Surely it's up to me. So this means that this client is blowing is using marijuana, and there are people who are talking about that, but he says, "Oh, it is my problem. It's not. It's up to me." So, what do you think? In which stadium?
Siapa yang mau jawab?
Has been answered as well.
I think Pak Gusman has all the right answers. No problem. No problem.
I hope you don't mind with that, Mr. Paul. I'm sorry.
No, of course I don't mind. No. But I think I think most of you maybe understand in the of course this is the preview stadium. He don't has a problem. He says, it's up to me to work on to use drugs or not. Not so like that. He don't has a problem. He's the preview stage. The next one is another saying, another sentence. This is my second week without gaming. Every day I still feel like it, but the exercises I've been given managed to distract me to get not give in. So Guzman is again very quickly that this is, of course, this is the active change. The client is already busy to work on his problems, and he is exercising, use the exercising what he is giving by the social worker. So he's in an active change stage. The next slide, please.
Ya, slide berikutnya Pak Kusman. 23.
Okay. No problem. Yes. Okay. Oh, maybe you can go to number 25, 24, Pak.
Mr. Paul, if you don't mind, there is a student who raise a hand. Maybe.
Okay, please. Yes.
Nara Mirjani. Okay.
Excuse me, sir. I might not have gotten it before, but he said that he has already been doing it for 2 weeks then, that he really hasn't been gaming for a while. That's part of active change. But what then makes it sustained?
It's not yet sustained. It's only you mean the second week with the gaming, yeah? So
Yes.
it's not yet sustained. He's okay. He's also in an active change stage. So he's working. He's implementing. He's working on his problem. But it's not yet sustained.
Oh, yes. But I mean, at what point is it considered
Ah,
I suppose.
it's a good thing. It's a good one. At what point? When can you say it is sustainable? That is your question, yeah? When do you? Yeah. Actually, the first thing is not the social worker says that. The client can say that, and together with the social worker. I think it is sustaining when the client um, is has control about his gaming. Maybe he is every evening gaming with his computer and working on his problem, work to do the exercising. Maybe what is the target? Is the target of the client to stop gaming, or is the target from the client to handle the gaming, to have control about the gaming? So that are different things. So I can imagine that, for example, for this client, it is not stop the gaming because that is that is a very big step, and it is not in target also. So when he can handle that, um, for example, when he has also beside the gaming life, he also has a normal life outside the computer, for outside the online. And when he has handled that, when he has a pattern, a new pattern in his life, when where he is satisfied with, so when he can say, okay, oh, during the last 3 months or the last 2 months, I I'm only gaming one hour a day, or maybe 1 hour in a week, or maybe 1 hour. That is depending on the target the client has.
All right. So as if he doesn't have the craving to relapse again. Something like that?
Yeah, something like that. But the difficulty is he can always relapse. And I think by addicting problems, when you have addicting problems and you want to stop your addiction, every one on one, there's always relapse, always. I've never had a situation that the client is go on and always relapse. So and when the relapse is the number is going down, that is good. And sometimes it is after, you can say it after 3 months, but sometimes it takes a year for sustainability for this, and sometimes after, what also is possible, after 10 years there comes a relapse, and then you talk about the relapse again. Actually, when I was working with clients, actually when the client had a relapse, I was happy. Yes, happy like this. Happy, not really happy, but happy like this. Do you know? Can you imagine why I was happy?
I would imagine perhaps because he noticed that he did relapse and still had the power to come back.
Yeah, yes. Because yeah, that's a good answer. I was happy because I had a situation with the client. I can talk with him about the situation, where this is going wrong. What was happened before you had the relapse? Oh, I had problems with my mother. I had a fight with my mother. And then I thought, oh, I have a fight with my mother, and then I go using again like that. So then you have to you can discuss that with your client. You can get the how do you call that in English? The vergrootglas. The you can watch the situation with the client, and the client learn. Oh, when I have a fight with my mother, alarm. I have to alarm. That is so he learn about his relapse, and that is why I'm a little bit glad when relapse, but you can discuss
It's like
the
a learning
problem.
opportunity for him then.
It is, yes, it is a learning opportunity. That is right. Yeah.
All right,
Okay.
thank you so much for the answer, sir.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Inara.
Sama-sama. Okay. Maybe Pak Guzman, you can go to the no once maybe you can go to 24, please. 24. Number 24, please. Yeah. Okay. Reflection. Oh no. No, the next one, please. Oh, I've there's another one, but for maybe for Mbak Inara, Inara Mirajani, at slice number 24, please, Pak Guzman. Yeah. The below that, can you go down
Scroll, di scroll coba Pak
Yeah,
Gus.
scroll. Yeah, please.
Di slide 24-nya di scroll ke bawah. Nah,
For Mbak Inara, the last one, I haven't eaten meat for a year now. It really has become a new way of life. So this client wants to be a vegetarian, for example, and it is in this sustain stage when it is already a year and she has a new pattern in her life, not eating meat, for example. So it's become a new way of life, and then you can say, okay, now it is persistence, now it is sustainable. Okay, but it is always,
I see.
yeah, but it is always subjective.
I see.
It's never abstract. Okay. So
excuse me, sir.
yes,
Can I
please.
add? So it also depends on the objectives of the intervention.
Yeah.
So it also needs to be approved of the objective of the intervention.
Yes. Thank you for your intervention, because what kind of intervention needs by the kind of stage where the client is. Now, for example, at the preview stage, what I already mentioned is not talking about problems, but work on the relationship and try to reduce the resistance. So have a walk with the client, have a talk with the client about his life. Not doing, and I think that is the do not moralize, do not doing this. That's not good for the social worker. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's not okay. So conversate with him. Relationship, that is important. The second stage, the reflection stage, then the client feels a little bit the problem. he has mixed feelings about the problem. Okay, then you can investigate the differences. Okay, what are the pros of for example, again, using drugs or smoking? What are the pros of smoking? What are the contrasts of smoking? Okay, what are the pros if you stop smoking? What are the contrasts if you stop smoking? And try not to steer, try not to push the client, but really try to ask him. And when he says, well, yeah, there are more pros, I feel fine, and there are little contrasts. Okay, that's a fact for the client. Okay, but then you can ask him, okay, but you also told me you want to, for example, you want to see to raise your you want to raise your children. So you want to live long. You want to be healthy. Okay, how does that connect with smoking for you? And let the client give the answer. Don't give the answer for the client, because if you give the answer for the client thinks, okay, that's your answer, I don't listen to you. But if you are challenging the client to give his own answers, then he's talking about his own answers, and then he also feels like that. That's a kind of motivational interviewing, like that. That is another model, another method we use. But okay, that is by the reflection. At the decision stage, the interference of the client, of the social worker. The client has already made the decision. I want to change my behavior. And then you can make a plan with the client. Talk about the plan. How do you want to do that? Is it all right to do that? Can you fix that? Is it not too far away for you? It has to. Can you do that? So you work with the client on his self-confidence, self reliance, self-esteem. You give him positive compliments. Okay, you do it right. Yeah, this is very good for you. So you give him more self-esteem. Help him to make little steps, not big steps. Help him to make little steps so he can um, win the steps. He can get there. It's not too far away. So help him to find answers for the questions, and maybe help him to find, maybe there are resources, maybe in your family, in your environment, there are people who can help you. So help him to think about that also. That's the intervention in the decision stage. In the active change stage, the client is already active, is working on his problem, so you can monitoring him, and try to help him not to relapse, like that. Check okay, is it all right with you? Is it what last week, how did you do it last week, like that. So monitor the client and help him to discover situations who are dangerous for him, like that. In the in the sustain stage, you are working at persistence. So you can discuss with the client the challenges and the setbacks when he is fall down, when he is sustained. What I told before. What does he learn about his relapse? what are the difficult situations, like that, to address the relapse, but without increasing feelings of failure, or without increasing shame. So you don't do that with relapse, yeah. That is like those are the interventions you can do by in different stages of the client. If yeah, I want to ask before I go to the next slide, and the next model. Are there some questions about this model for you, or do you want to add something? Maybe you recognize something.
Mungkin ada sesuatu yang mau dikasih pendapat tentang model ini, atau mau ada pendapat tambahan atau pertanyaan lagi, silahkan. Johannes, silakan Johannes.
Okay. I want to ask a little question. What is the arrow below the decision? The decision part of the circle. What is it? I think it's like Dutch. I can't really pronounce that. Yeah. What does that say, sir?
Yes, that is a good question, Mas Johannes. This is during the circle. There anywhere he can go out, like relapse, fall down maybe, or dit is het tussentijdse uitgang. During the trip, if you can so he can relapse. So during the decision, it's not he can relapse. That is this is the relapse. Everywhere you can relapse everywhere. Not only by the decision, also by the reflection, also by the active change. So this pointing at the decision is not only for the decision stage. It means that it can be everywhere.
So it refers to relapse process can be occur in any slices.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's that mean. Thank you. Is it an answer for your question, Mas Johannes?
Paham ya. Jadi itu artinya di setiap potongan-potongan setiap aktivitas itu klien bisa saja relapse meskipun dia baru sampai di preview tapi dia sudah relapse gitu.
Yes, Mr. Paul, I understand perfectly.
Thank you for your question.
Mr. Paul, maybe I will have an answer for question for you. If every stage have a change to going to relapse, is there any step that is more solid, so the client cannot be, maybe the change is little to get a relapse in one step. Maybe, for example, sustain is harder to get relapse than preview. Maybe it's just like that.
Sorry, I did not hear it very well. Can you repeat it again, please?
Okay. If in every step has a change to relapse, maybe is there any step, or maybe that's a bigger change to get relapse than another? For example, in sustain, it is more solid, so people it's hard to relapse than in preview stage maybe. Okay, I just wondering.
Yes. I think it is depending on the client, of course, depending on the situation of the client. But I can imagine if he is already in the sustain stage and he is relapse, that is the fall down is bigger. No, it has to. It is depending on how the social worker is facing that. So I think your question is the different the fall down, the relapse during different stages. Is that bigger or feel bigger or feel less bigger? Is that the question?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, yeah. I can imagine that. I think in the preview stage, the fall down is very little because I don't have a problem. Yeah, so I'm using or my behavior is not a problem. So the relapse is, yeah, there is of course there's no relapse because there's no problem. I actually sorry. And at the reflection and at the decision, I think the danger of the relapse is more big. The danger is bigger, I think, for the relapse. But at the sustain part, the relapse, the chance of the relapse is smaller, I think, like that. And actually, there are some models of the Procesca and Clemente. The relapse stage is away. There's only 5 stages. The relapse stage is the stage like the pointing what Mas Johannes I'm pointing at. That is the relapse. The pointing out of the circle. So that is not a stage, but that is fall down is out of the circle. There's a different kind of the same circle of change. Sometimes relapse, it's a stadium, and sometimes it is not a stadium because it is an outside step. Okay. Pak Budi, I don't know. Is that an answer to your question, or
Okay,
have you?
this is enough. This is
Okay.
I can get the point.
Thank you, Pak. Okay, I want to go to the next slide. Also another focus on the psychological analysis of the human communication that comes from Mr. von Thun, Schultz von Thun is his name, and he has analyzes human communication, and what he's saying is that we are when people communicating, they are sending messages to each other. And what kind of messages does the people sending? And he says there are 4 kind of messages. What people send each other in a conversation. So there is the first one. There is a content information. So that are the facts. Okay, he's saying it's rain. Yeah, when I'm looking outside, it's of course in Blanda it is raining. It's always raining in Blanda. So when I say it's raining, the fact is it is raining. But Mr. Schutz von Thun, he also says, okay, that is one of the messages, but it's also an expressive information in it. And the expressive information in is another message you can give. And it is about the self-disclosure. When I say it's raining outside, I also say something about myself. I say a statement about myself. For example, I say, yeah, I'm in Holland and it is cold and it is it's raining and I don't like rain. Like that. That is the message I can give. Besides the content information, besides the facts. Okay, that is the expressive information. Also, the third one is the relational information you can give. And the relational information is what I tell about the relationship between the communication partner and me. How do I feel about the relationship? So when I say it's raining outside, it could be that I feel I'm very glad with you. I can tell that. I think when for example when I'm talking to my boss, I don't say it quickly. Oh, it's raining, maybe, because okay, I don't say that to my boss. When I'm talking to students or when I'm talking to my grandchild, okay, it's raining. So I have a different relationship. I also with this sentence, I also say something about our relationship. So that is the third information. And the fourth information, it has an appellative information. An appellative, that means it has a request. Read between the lines like that. It has a request or an order or an inducement. When I say it's raining, maybe I want to ask you, please get an umbrella for me. Get me a payung. Or it's raining, I don't go outside. Or of you have to come to me. I don't come to you. So it could has a request behind it. So that is what Mr. Schutz von Thun says. In the conversation, that is like a game. There are different sendings of different messages. Sometimes it is a fact. Sometimes it has a request behind it. Sometimes I want to tell you how nice I'm glad with you, with my to be with you. So there are different meanings behind the sentence I give. Is that I have some also an assignment for you, like the first one. Can we can go to the next slide, please? Pak Guzman? Yeah, okay. So please with each other, and of course it is not objective, it is subjective. But the sentence, the traffic light is green. Imagine you are sitting in the car with your partner, and your partner is steering, yeah, and you're sitting at the traffic light, and the traffic light is green, and you said to your partner, okay, the traffic light is green. So what is the content information?
Okay, ada yang mau coba jawab?
Yeah.
Who's trying to answer?
Hello, Mister.
Ya, Mas Cut.
Okay.
Ibu, Mbak Cut, maaf ya.
Cut, ya,
Yes.
silakan Cut.
Okay. Thank you for the chance. I would like to answer, but pardon if the answer wasn't right, but I will be trying. Okay, so the content informations is the traffic light is green. In fact, it is. The traffic light is green. And probably I would like to answer the relational informations. Is
Yes,
that okay?
please.
Okay, thank you
Silakan.
so much. For the relational informations, probably if the partner is, let's say, my mother or like my father or my parents or someone who's older than me, I would like to say, let's say it's my dad. So probably I would say, Dad, are you okay? The traffic light is green. Something like that. But if it's my brother or like my friends, I would probably just say, "Hey, why are you not going? The traffic light is green." Probably that's for me. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Yes. Yes. Thank you, Mbak Chut, for your explanation. I think you can say that, yes. And it is depending if it is your dad, your father, or if it is your friend, what kind of the relationship is that. I can reimagine that to your friend, also your expressive is different, or your act different. When it is your father, I could imagine the expressive information is, oh dad, are you all right, are you, it is green, I'm concerning with you, do you see that? So that could be the expressive information. And if it is your friend, what you say, if your friend, it could be ayo, ayo, don't wait, why, ayo, come on, like that. That is another expressive. And the relational information, you say it is different about it, yeah, if it is your dad or if it is your friend. But we did not talk about the appellative information. What could be the request in this sentence?
Oke, siapa yang mau menjawab? Apakah bagaimana dengan apelatifnya ya?
Okay, it's a difficult one. But do you have an answer about the appellative information? What kind of request?
Indra want to try to answer first.
Okay, yes, please, Inara.
Excuse me. Perhaps I would say that they're trying to make the driver go forward because the traffic light is already green.
That is the appel. Yeah, that is the request. Yes. Yeah, I think that is very logical. That would be the request. But so you understand, only one sentence, the traffic light is green. There are so much information in there. And it is for the social worker to be aware about what is the client saying, what does he asking, what does he means, what does this tell, what does he say, what does that says about our relationship. Okay. I have another I have another question for the next slide, please, Pak Guzman. Okay. So again, I want, oh, no, not yet, please. Yeah, this one, please. Thank you, Pak. Again, I want some coffee. Is there someone who wants to take the challenge and give answer for the 4 questions?
Okay. Okay, Johannes Christosumus, silakan.
Okay, maybe. Okay, I think you asked me to give an example for all the 4, how the information can be expressed in the 4 types of information, right, Mr.
Yeah.
Paul?
Yes, please.
Okay. Okay, so first of all, the sentence says I want some coffee, which obviously mean that it is an appellative information because it is requesting for some coffee. I think it is
No.
also
Sorry,
oh
please go ahead, please.
oh yeah. Okay, so I think with the content information or fact is that I don't know. I don't think I think it's also a content information because it definitely say I think it is a fact. Just say like okay, I want some coffee, and it is probably trying to portray the fact that the person likes coffee, therefore he or she wants it. For expressive information, maybe the sentence can be modified as I want some coffee. I really want my cup of coffee this time. Like maybe relational information, maybe let's say, oh, I'm in a cafe and I ask the barista there, like, hello, 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 can I order some coffee, please, for me and my friend, let's say about that. I think that is a relational information because it says about my relation to the barista, and I think I think that's it. I think.
Yes, thank you, Mas
Johannes.
Johannes.
Mm.
Thank you. You are talking about the request and the kind of request and the relational and information you hear. Of course, you can. It is not it is not abstract. It is not objective. It is subjective. You can make very different kind of answers. And you are so right. It is also depending the context. Are you in the cafe or are you in the where are you? For example, when when I'm in the college and my student says I want some coffee. Ah, okay. The content information is okay. You want coffee? Yeah, that's pity for you because it is we are still in the lesson. That is the content. I react as the content information. The expressive information is the student, for example, says, "Oh, she's thirsty and she feel not well, she's sleepy like that."
Mm.
That could be the message also.
Mm.
The relational information is okay. You are the student in the class. What is the relationship with the teacher or something, and you feel free. Okay, you feel free to say that. So I think maybe you feel relaxed in college, in the class, for example. The appellative information could be get some coffee for me.
Oh.
It could be, but it also could be the question, I want some coffee, could be, okay, I'm tired for this college. I want to end this college. Or I'm boring. I want some coffee. I'm boring. Like that. So many messages could be behind this sentence, depending on the context. So of course, there is not one answer, but it is the challenge. Thank you, Mas Johannes, for your explanation. It is a challenge for the social worker to filter these meanings, to filter these messages in the conversation. The last one, what I want to ask is to Pak Guzman. Can you have the other? Yeah, this one. Thank you. So you can see the picture. There's a sender, there's a message, and there's a receiver. So can you, Pak Guzman, can you please scroll down a little bit? Yeah, thank you, Pak. So that you can see it. In the message there are the different aspects. Oh, I see business aspect. That is actually it could be the business. That is I think I spelled it wrong, but it is the content aspect. So the last one, if we go to the next slide, please, Pak Guzman. For here, we can talk about it. A mother to the daughter. Oh, not yet. No. Yeah, yes, this one, please. Thank you, Pak. The mother to the daughter, and she says, "You put on your jacket. It is cold outside." So only that sentence you also can make difference between the content. The content, it is clear. It is cold outside. um, the appellative aspect is put on a jacket anyway. You have to put on the jacket. I want you to put on the jacket. That is the appellative aspect. For example, the expressive aspect is I'm concerned about your health. That could be the expressive message. And the relational aspect is, I think you can't make such a decision by your own, by yourself. I have to make a decision for you. I have to tell you because you don't see that by yourself. So that is how she sees, how mother sees the relationship with the daughter, like that. It's a little bit abstract, maybe, but that's what we learn about our students also, to look at the conversation, to look at the communication with the client, to filter that. To end this part of the communication, are there some questions before I go to the Rose from Leary?
There's a question from Inara.
Okay, Inara, please.
Thank you, sir. Sorry for asking so much.
No, please.
What can we do to prevent from over-guessing or overthinking some things that clients say? Like, we might guesstimate that someone has a bad relationship with their mother or things like that when it isn't so. Like, we might be over-analyzing something, I suppose.
Yes. Okay, that is a very, very good question, Mbak Inara. I think you have to, I think what is necessary is to recognize what is meaning here, and how do I receive this message. Maybe it's not the meaning of the sender. Maybe there's a miscommunication. Maybe I hear, oh, I have to get the coffee for you. I don't want that. I don't want you to ask me that. And then you react like that. And maybe the client is meaning something else. So the first thing what you can do as a social worker is to reflect on, okay, what's going on with me? Oh, I'm getting angry. Oh, why do I'm getting angry? Because I hear the appel. I hear this request. I don't like this request. But that is what I hear. Is that also the meaning of the client? So the first thing is to reflect by yourself. Okay, what does that do with me? And then you can check it by the client. Okay, I hear you say you want some coffee. What do you mean by that? Because I think you ask me to get that, and you check that by the client. So discuss with the client what is the background of his meaning about this sentence. And also you can also discuss about the relationship. How do you look at me as a social worker? How do I look at you as my client? Like that. So actually the answer for me is reflecting on yourself first, and then discuss it with the client. Check by the client.
I see. Thank you. Does it ever get annoying for the client to always have to reconfirm or validate us when we ask questions like that, perhaps?
Again, sorry, if the client, yeah.
Yeah, sorry. I mean, I'm afraid of irritating a client if I keep asking and re-asking what they think of me, or like what they mean by what they're saying, and reconfirming. Does it ever get fatiguing for the client to to answer it?
Yes, it could be, but that says something about your relationship with the client. If the relationship with the client is not trustable, not feeling close, because when you ask that, you don't ask it with, hey, tell me, like this. ask it with interest. Okay, what do you mean? I want to to make sure what you are meaning. I'm interested in you. Please tell me, like that. And
I see. Thank you very much, sir.
Is this more like a probing or check what is really happened in the client minds? Maybe
yes,
something like that.
yes, like that.
Like in the
And
methods in individual social work, yes, sir.
yeah, that is individual. Yeah, of course. And but of course there are maybe in one conversation there are 1,000 messages. Don't pick every message. Don't do that. But sometimes you be aware about different kind of messages, and sometimes it could be, hey, you told that. What do you mean by that? What is your read? What is my reading of what is the reading between the lines with that? What do you? So it could be a focus on the topic. What is important for the clients, for example. It also I can remember with the clients. I also had a discussion with the client by telling him, okay, when you're asking like that, do you ask your mother also like that? Because when you ask it like when you're talking with me like that, I feel a little bit anger because you are talking so a little bit aggressive. And then he's talking, oh, I don't mean like that. Oh, is it okay? Maybe my mother feels also like that. I don't know, like that. So he can learn about his conversation skills also. You can use it for different kind of
I
things.
see.
Okay,
All right. Thank you, sir.
thank you. So I go to the next slide, please, and then I have little time to do that, I think. Oh, okay. That's oh yeah. This model is the Rose of Leary. Yeah, yeah. The Rose of Leary. I have to tell it very quickly. The Rose. Can I have the next slide, please? The Rose of Leary is also a model. Oh, a model, and it tells about the interpersonal communication. It tells about the dynamics between two people or the group. What's going on here? Also, what is the conversation? What is behind the conversation? What is the conversation behind the conversation? What is behind? What is read between the lines again? It is a kind of communication style can be aware of, and it is a snapshot. It is a situation, a moment situation, a snapshot of the conversation. Maybe I can tell it about it with the next slide, please. The Rose of Leary is discovered by Mr. Leary. Can I have the next slide? Pak Gusman, please.
Bisa bergeser, Pak Gusman? Halo. Bisa Pak Gusman?
Thank you. No, thank you. Before that, Pak, you can scroll up to scroll, please. Yeah. Again, scroll above
Ke atas ya.
ke atas. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah, yeah. This is all right. This is all right. Thank you. No. Maybe yeah. Sorry. Maybe again. Ke atas lagi, please. Yeah, please again. Again to the beginning, please. The next, yeah, to downsides, to ke bawah, please. This one. Yeah, okay. So the the conversation, see it as this circle. Leary makes two borders. You have a horizontal and a vertical border. I think yeah, the slide is maybe you can go to the first slide of this of the Rose of Leary, and then only to click, please. Is that possible? To go to the slide 31, please, or 32. No, sorry. Yeah. 32, please. En ja, even kijken, above. And then, no, not to 31, please. Can you go to 31?
31.
Yeah. And then the slide to not to click, only to click.
Dua klik tuh.
Oh, I see. You don't have the animation. Now I see. It
Ada.
is the I see. This is the problem. The slideshow is not active.
Oh, is there a slide that?
The slideshow is like that because that's the difficult. Okay, then we find a solution. In
Mungkin
the
saya akan coba ini bisa, mungkin saya akan coba share screen deh yang dari saya coba. Mr. Paul, maybe I will try to make my own share screen.
Could it be? Yes, this is okay.
Yeah, I will help. Maybe we can solve the problem. Okay. Wait a minute.
Sorry, I've made my
Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can see that. Please, yeah.
Okay. This is this. Wait a minute.
Yeah. Yes.
It is.
No.
This one.
One before that also. No. Before
Okay.
that. No, before. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Pak Budi. And now please, one click, please.
One click. Okay, here is.
Yes. I see that I've make a difficulty here in the slide, but
this red. It is the second slide. The second.
Yeah,
slide.
and when you click, you click again, please.
Click again. Here it is.
And click again. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. I can use this one. So when you see the yellow border, the yellow stripe, you can be above and you can below that. In the conversation, when you are above the border, so it's the side of the dominance side, and there is submission side. Can you see that? Yeah. So in a conversation with two or more people, there's a conversation, like for example, two people. There's a conversation, and in a conversation, it could be that someone wants to dominance the other one, and the other one is okay that the other one is dominant by him. So I think he has a. Yeah, I remember that it's difficult to say that, like in with this PowerPoint. So what I want to say is of what the Rose of Leary. You have a leading perspective, a helping perspective, and then you are above. You are helping the client. You are helping the other one, and the client is cooperative and following. For example, he's below. He's all right that you are dominating. That's not the right word, but it's all right that he is dominating. That the social worker is dominating him, and he is cooperative or following. And then that is on the right side, you see the affiliation, and on the left side, you see the hostile, for example. So if you are on the right side, you are against the cooperation. If you are on the left side here for the picture, the left side. If you are on the right side, you are on the cooperation side. If you are on the upper side, you are on the dominating side, and if you are on the below, you are on the submission side. It's just a little bit abstract. So when two people are talking to each other, one could be the leading, and the message he has is listen to me. He could be that is he's above and he's on the right side, so he's dominant and also the affiliation to cooperative. But he's also could be also the helping side, a little bit dominant, less dominant, helping, and he's above, so he's want to help the other one, and what he is meaning to say is, okay, we like each other. The other one could be on the below side, on the submission side of the conversation, and I could say what he's tried to tell is, okay, I will do what you want me to do, or if he's following, help me. That's on the right side, on the cooperative side, above or below. When the other one is on the left side, when he's on the left side above, he's competitive. Okay, I want to tell you how good I am, the other one. Or he is more at the left side, he's offensive. It could be offensive. You have to be afraid for me, for example. On the left side below, he could be rebellious. I don't like you. Or he could be withdrawn. Leave me alone. So what the Rose of Leary want to explain is who is above. Who wants to get influence on the other one, and who is below, who is getting influence, who is doing the influence and who is getting the influence, and that is above and below. And then you also can have at the left side, is he cooperating or is he not cooperating? On the right side, he's cooperating. On the left side, he's not cooperating. And that is a model like what you can use in the helicopter view with the client. Hey, how is he acting? Is he against me? Or is he above me? Does he want to have influence on me? Or is he listening? He is quiet, but he don't listen. So maybe he is rebellious or withdrawn, like that. So to picture the client, where is the client and where am I? I am above. Am I below? Am I left or am I right? At the right side. I realized that this model is difficult to explain online, But I try. Maybe you can go, Pak Budi, to the next slide. Next click. Yes, before that, yeah. Do I have some time, Pak Budi? Can I use more time, or I don't know
Yeah,
if we have.
still have time. These slides, sir? Or,
Yes,
or getting into the video?
yes. Maybe getting to the video. Yeah, and I want to ask the students here, when you see the video, please, what can you tell about the position of the social worker and the client in this conversation?
Okay, for this video, we go back to the digipad. Oke, mungkin Pak Ruby bisa masuk lagi sama Pak Kusmana untuk menampilkan videonya. Apakah bisa? Silahkan.
It takes only 7 minutes, I think. Yeah.
Pak Ruby sama Pak Kusmana, apakah memungkinkan untuk menampilkan videonya?
Hallo.
Oké, here it is.
Gaat u zitten. Voor u begint wil ik eerst wel even kwijt dat ik het op zijn minst gezegd erg vreemd vind dat ik hier nu zit. Maar volgens mij bent u geen dokter en u hebt geen verstand van lichamelijke klachten.
En u heeft vooral last van lichamelijke klachten en u vraagt zich af wat u hier in hemelsnaam komt doen.
Ja, is dat zo gek? Ik barst van de koppijn en gaan ze het allemaal nog eens ingewikkeld maken ook.
En wie bedoelt u met ze?
Ja, mijn baas natuurlijk. En zelfs mijn huisarts die zegt dat ik naar u toe moest gaan. Waar slaat het nou op?
U wil vooral af van uw hoofdpijn en een gesprek hier gaat daar niet bij helpen.
Of mag u soms pillen geven?
Nee. Maar ja, als u bereid bent er fix voor te betalen, kan ik wel kijken wat ik voor u kan regelen.
Ja, dat dacht ik het niet. Als je maar geld laat zien, hè, dan is alles mogelijk.
Is geld belangrijk voor u?
Ja, tuurlijk. Voor wie niet? Ik kan er niet genoeg van hebben. En zo'n transportbedrijf is wel aardig hoor, maar rijk word ik er niet van. Weet je hoe duur alles is? Je moet tegenwoordig ook alles zelf doen. Het lijkt wel of werken alleen niet meer genoeg is.
Het leven is duur en met wat meer inkomsten zou uw leven een stuk gemakkelijker worden.
Ja, letterlijk een kopzorg minder.
Nou, het is mooi dat u dat zegt. Hoofdpijn zijn kopzorg. Wat doet u er nu aan om die kopzorgen te verminderen?
Hoe bedoelt u?
Nou, ik bedoel, wat doet u of wat gaat u eraan doen om uw financiële positie te verbeteren?
Ja. Ik dacht in één keer een klapper te kunnen maken. Gewoon, zoals zoveel mensen doen, een gokje wagen.
Moet ik me daarbij voorstellen via een kraslot?
U heeft daar blijkbaar geen ervaring mee. Nee, iets dat echt iets oplevert. Het online casino.
Dus via het online casino heeft u geprobeerd uw inkomsten te verbeteren. En hoe is dat gegaan?
Ramp. Ja, gewoonweg een ramp. In het begin leek het nog wel wat. Volgens mij laat ze je in het begin winnen. Maar voor ik het wist, werd ik er helemaal in weggezogen.
Wat vindt u zo aantrekkelijk aan het online casino?
Aantrekkelijk?
Ja?
Ja. Je kunt gewoon thuis blijven. Het is altijd beschikbaar. Niks, geen gedoe met openings- of sluitingstijden. Gewoon thuiskomen, pc aan en gaan. Ideaal. Ik ben wat mensen gaan kennen. Een soort online vrienden. Die daar ook regelmatig komen. En daar wissel ik dan tips en ervaringen mee uit. Iedereen heeft zo zijn eigen aanpak.
Oh ja?
Ja, dat vond ik wel interessant.
Nou, u flirt er ook helemaal van op. Zie ik als u erover vertelt. U zegt het is altijd beschikbaar. U heeft daar zelfs vrienden op gedaan. Waarmee u interessante gesprekken heeft. En zitten er nog meer voordelen aan vast?
Nou, geef wel wat afleiding. Het is net alsof ik even helemaal weg ben. Dat is wel prettig.
Oké, dus naast de beschikbaarheid, de vrienden, interessante gesprekken, heeft u ook echt nog het gevoel dat het een soort uitje is. Nog meer voordelen?
Nee. Nee, eigenlijk niet. En wat ik verwacht heeft het natuurlijk niet opgebracht. Uiteindelijk brengt het me alleen maar een hoop ellende. U wil niet weten hoeveel schuld ik inmiddels heb opgebouwd.
Nou ja, dan moet u misschien juist nog meer gaan gokken.
Ja, dat is natuurlijk de valkuil. Ja, je denkt dat je gaat winnen, maar... Nou, in het begin doe je dat ook wel. Maar je eindigt altijd in de min. Altijd. Ja, zo werkt het gewoon.
Zijn er nog meer nadelen?
Ja, wat ik zeg, dat fnuikende. Je zit jezelf gewoon voor de gek te houden. Het is net als met roken. Je weet dat het verrot slecht voor je is en toch blijf je het doen. Ja, je moet stoppen. Je moet gewoon stoppen.
Nou, volgens mij weet u heel goed hoe het bij uzelf werkt.
Ja, ik ben niet achterlijk.
Nee. Heeft u wel eens geprobeerd om te stoppen?
Oh, zo vaak. Ja. Zo vaak. Ja, zo makkelijk is dat niet, hè. Ik heb wel 5 keer geprobeerd om te stoppen. Elke keer druk ik weer op die knop. Zo ben ik dat inmiddels gaan noemen. Op de knop drukken. Het wordt je ook zo gemakkelijk gemaakt.
U heeft me nu verteld wat er belangrijk voor u was aan het gokken. Dat het altijd beschikbaar was, de online vrienden, interessante gesprekken, afleiding. En u heeft me ook gezegd dat er heel veel nadelen voor u aan vastzitten. Dat u nu een behoorlijke gokschuld heeft. U wilt er eigenlijk mee stoppen. Dat heeft u ook verschillende keren geprobeerd. Maar u heeft nog niet de juiste aanpak gevonden. Vat ik het zo een beetje goed samen?
Ja, zo klopt het wel, ja.
Zou het voor u nu nuttig zijn om eens te kijken welke aanpak zou kunnen werken als u weer een poging wilt wagen?
Ja, dat is misschien wel een goed moment, maar ik weet niet of ik daar nu fit genoeg voor ben. Ik voel me zo beroerd.
Ik ben bang dat u de energie er nu niet voor heeft. En tegelijkertijd denkt u dat dit misschien juist wel het goede moment is om eraan te beginnen.
Ja, dat is ook wel zo.
Welke argumenten zouden er zijn om er nu wel mee te beginnen voor u?
Ja, het kan alleen maar erger worden. En het zou goed zijn om te stoppen voordat mijn werkgever erachter komt.
Okay, thank you. Can we go to the to the PowerPoint slide, please?
Oke, Mas Robi, bisa masuk ke PowerPoint berikutnya? Atau pakai yang punya saya aja ya, kalau begitu. Oke,
Oh, yeah.
here it is. Oke.
Okay. Yeah, maybe you can go to slide 36. Yeah. 36. Okay. About the Rosa Vlieri, you see this conversation between the social worker and the client. Can you, is there someone who wants to tell the position? Where is the position or more positions of the client in this circle of the Rose of Leary?
Okay,
Is it-
maybe student can answer which positions based on the. Okay, here it is. Naila Hisana. Silakan.
Okay, thank you. I think the position of the client is affiliation because from what I just saw, the client is apa ya, accepting that he has a problem and then he's trying to cooperate with the social worker. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Is there is there someone who want to add something? Is it only affiliation what
Johannes.
you see?
Johannes. Johannes,
Okay,
Mas,
maybe I can add. From what I see, it seems that the client is uh, constantly moving between the parts of the circle. I think at first he was cooperate. He was actually before it was affiliation. In the affiliation, it's actually pretty hostile. I think it's the rebellious and withdrawn because at first the client was like just asking the social worker like can he just get a medicine, a pill to cure his like headache. And I think as when the social worker and the client start to connect, the client slowly turn to the submissive affiliation side of the circle from the following when he realized that he needs help, and then cooperative when he realizes that he needs to change and therefore he wants to work with the social worker to find a way to change him, to change himself. I think that is the case. So it's not necessarily only in the affiliation side, but at first the client is hostile and then slowly he's becoming more affiliative. I think that is my answer.
yes, Mas Johannes, thank you very much.
Okay.
I think yes, you please,
Yes, 2 minutes,
please.
Petra.
Okay, thank you. I actually agree 100% with Kang Johannes Chrysostomos because I do think at the first the client was very hostile. I think it's more likely to withdrawn positions when I catch that when the client says something like, can you just give me a pills? I think it's refers to the clients who wants to be, please just leave me alone, just give me the pills. And then yeah, the conversations goes on. And yeah, as Kang Johannes says, the clients move to the more affiliations type kind of way, just like very cooperative and following. Probably that's not um it's yeah, it's probably not shown enough in that very short videos, but I think it is moved to the affiliations type of ways. That's on my opinion. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, Mbak Chut. Thank you.
Mr. Paul, there is
There is a.
there's an answer from Inara from in the chat.
Ah.
In the chat room. Maybe you can read it or
She said, yes, yes, yes. Thank you. Sorry. Thank you for your response. And I actually, you see it well. It is not only one position the client has. The client moves the position. And what is interesting is what is the role, what is the position of the social worker here? And if I may ask Pak Budi, do you want to please go to the slide 38.
38. Okay.
Yes,
Pak
please.
38.
Oh ya,
38,
Pak
38.
Gusman.
38, Pak Robi. Our Digibet, Mr. Robi. 38, 38 bisa? Apa ada masalah? Oke,
Oh,
38.
ya 38. Silakan. Ya, nah, 38. Ya. Next one, please. Yes. Yeah, thank you. So what I want to show you here is that the client moves from different sides. That's the next one. um, what the message is that the social worker has also a position in the quadrants of the Rose of Leary, and the social worker can use that. For example, the first thing, maybe first the social worker was in the leading position, and the client was indeed with the withdrawn and the rebellious kind side, and then the social worker maybe she did it unconsciously. No, I think she did it consciously. She downsizes her position to a cooperative following position. And when she does that, you see that the client, without conscience, he don't know that, but he is moving also. So he's moving to the cooperative following side, and then it's like a dance. The social workers goes to the helping side, to the leading side, and then goes to the cooperative side and to the following side, and you see that the client will change his position also. What you see is that the social worker asked him, "Okay, tell me about gambling. Tell me, I don't know. You are the expert. Tell me, please." So she goes downsize to the following, and then he goes upstairs. He goes to the helping and to the leading part. He tells about the like that. So and then she goes back to the leading, and then he is following. He's so the one of the messages of the Rose of Leary is for the social worker to recognize where is the client, where is the position of the client, and how can I use my position to to get the client, to move the client to a workable position like that. So you can play like a dance to use the Rose of Leary. That's a short message for a lot of things what I want to say, but that is the summary of the message of the Rose of Leary. And in the film you see that happening. First the client sits like that, and when he is asking about his situation and gambling, and then he gets open to talk, and he got more cooperative and following. So I think that is in the short package the situation of the model of Rose of Leary. Yeah, the next slide is maybe do you have I think I have to finish the lecture. Also for you, you have to be concentrate all the time. Are there some final questions maybe?
Okay, there's a question.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Mas Johannes, then Aisha, please.
Okay. Okay. So first of all, uh, I want to thank you because first of all, I didn't actually got this Rose of Leary lesson when I was in back then. I'm actually from an older class. I'm from the 2019 class, so this is new material. This Rose of Leary. I think my question is, this is actually based on my experience in micro social work on one-on-one intervention with a client, at least in my practice assignment. Because when I was doing one-on-one, I have this like feeling of anxiety and some awkwardness when I was like trying to talk to the client in question. And I have this like kind of feeling of like, am I doing this right? Am I doing this right? Or is the all the tricks and all the tricks that our lecturer have like taught us, is this are actually working with the client? Yeah, I think there is like this fear maybe, and a lot of my peers from the older class and also my own class, that they don't really like the one-on-one intervention with clients, because I think that is like the fear of that, like anxiety and awkwardness when we are engaging with the client, and therefore they prefer the more macro, more with the, like maybe they see the corporate social responsibility, or maybe like community interventions like that, because they seem that it is very intimidating to work with only like another person, only one person, especially when that person is in their most vulnerable state. So my question is, how can we, as the next social worker in Indonesia, can build confidence to engage with client on a one-to-one basis? Okay, thank you. That's it.
I think it's a good question, Mr. Paul.
Thank you. Thank you for this question, Mas Johannes. A very interesting question. I wish I had the answer for that, but I think what could be maybe what we do with our students, and of course there are also some cultural differences between Indonesia and the Dutch students, I think. For example, the Dutch students, they are they are less they hierarchy. They are more equal. They are not feeling hierarchy, for example. And what maybe self-esteem for the client is maybe also important self-esteem for the social worker, for the student social work. So what we do is we do a lot of conversation, a lot of reflecting lessons in our curriculum, to give the student more confidence in to practice in skills, but also in to give confidence. Okay, maybe you have your client is maybe 60-year-old and you are a social worker of 25-year-old, but you are an authority. You are not only a person of 25. You are also an authority, and you have to need the skills to work on the relationship. Be interested. If you are interesting in someone, and if he is 60-year-old or 25-year-old, if you are interesting in someone, feel free to ask, and apologize when it is not. So you have the best feeling for this client. Don't be afraid. If you have the good feeling, if you have the good intention, it is okay. You can make you can do something wrong. It is possible, but learn of your mistakes. And when you do something wrong and the client is angry, okay, I'm sorry, but then I misunderstand you. Please tell me again. I want to understand you. I want to, like that. So, or at the BAPAS, for example, when the client is getting angry, okay, why do you getting angry? I don't like when you are getting angry with me. So you have to feel confidence also, self-esteem. But a clear answer, I'm sorry, I don't, if I had the answer, I think I was the director of the university right now. I hope you, and of course, also there is interesting. Of course, many students of you have interest in the macro perspective and the meso perspective. Okay, that is all right. You, if is that is there is your heart is there, please do that. And if your heart is at the micro perspective, or if your heart is there but you don't dare it to do it, you're afraid to do that, then work on your self-esteem and work on your skills like that.
Okay, Mr. Bro, this is interesting. And unfortunately, we still have a 10 minutes, not more than that.
Okay.
Sorry,
Yeah.
because
Okay.
it
Yeah,
is
of course.
very challenging because we need imaginations, we need discussion and
Yeah.
reflecting. It's just it's
Yes.
challenging. And besides it, it's interesting topic. Okay, okay, maybe you will answer the another questions, or
Yes,
you
please.
will continue the material because we have a short, maybe 10 or 8 minutes ahead
Yeah. Okay.
remain.
Thank you. Okay.
We still have Aisha raise her hand.
Okay, Aisa.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you so much for the chance and presentation today because all of this is information is really new for me and definitely really helpful for me. So I saw some interesting things in the video. The worker insert some jokes like you just need to keep gambling and such. But like, how do we exactly use as a social worker, know when to insert some jokes and how we know the client that we are just joking and do not misinterpret our jokes because sometimes the client have unstable emotion or their emotion are always changing. So like, how do we know when we insert some jokes and how do we know that they do not misinterpret our jokes? Thank you.
Yeah. But Aisha, thank you for this question. That is a very good question also. But I think also there is not one answer. There is not an. It is. There is not an I think your question, my answer would be, it's not only the head, but this is the heart question, a heart answer. So you can feel, okay, how is our relationship? Don't make a joke when the relationship is not feeling comfortable yet. You can feel that. You can feel that you're also a human, of course. You can don't exaggerating to do a joke when it is not the situation like a joke. So be careful with jokes, but sometimes jokes could be very um, relaxing. Give you can with a joke you can work on the relationship, or not only a joke, but also maybe sometimes how do you call that? We call it a schouderklap. Okay, like this. Okay, maybe not physically, but mentally. Empathy. There is no straight answer when you can make a joke, when you can not make a joke, but feel the connection with your client. And that is the hard question, the hard part of the social worker. And that is also for everyone different. It is for you different than for me. And for the client, is it different. But when you have the right connection maybe with the client, you can do that. Feel free to do that, but not exaggerate, not force that. But you can win a lot in the relationship when you make a joke. And I know by the translating of this movie, while the social worker makes a joke, okay, when you pay, we can do that. And there was written down a joke. That is a joke. Bercanda, yeah. It was written out because, and I'm not sure yet, and I'm sorry when I say maybe it's wrong, but it could be in Indonesia, in the Netherlands, corruption is not an issue in the social work, and I don't know if it could be like that in Indonesia. I don't know. So in Holland, when the social worker says something like that, okay, it's sure it is a joke. I know that is a joke. It could be, it can be different than a joke. And maybe in another country, it could be also not a joke. That's why we say in the text it is a bercanda. That that kind of jokes, I think maybe in Indonesia it's not good to make that joke. I don't think so. But other kind of jokes. But yeah, but you have to take the client seriously. Beware of a joke when and you don't, that the client feel that you don't take him seriously. Yes. But Aisha, I don't know, is it those are such good questions. There are not, it's not one answer for that. It's but it's a very good question.
Okay.
Is it enough for you, Aisha?
It's not enough for me. Thank you so much.
Again, Mr. Paul,
Okay,
I think
thank you.
we have a limited time here. And maybe you can say something for this last minute.
Yes, it was. Thank you, Pak Budi. It was also for me a challenge to do such a lecture of 2 hours, and material. Normally, I give that in, of course, the Dutch language, but also normally face to face, and sometimes the digital instrument is a little bit difficult to explain. For the most is the Rose of Lily, but thank you for your concentration and for your attention. I hope there would be a time that I could go to Bandung and to give the lecture physically with assignments and practicing, and that is more my style, more relaxing for me. But thank you very much for the good questions and for your attention. And thank you again, Pak Budi and Ibu Titi also, of course, for inviting me. Thank you.
Okay, I think this is a precious topic, Mr. Paul, and thank you very much for your give us presentations and for the students. And maybe there's some point that we can notice here, because this is we can continue about this topic in class with me
Yeah.
and Bulia. Here is Bulia. This is my team in micro social work. And there's also Budiana, yeah, Diana.
Oh yeah.
She is a lecturer in our department. And of course, Mr. Paul, this topic is giving us insight related to the practice with individuals in social work. At least we have knowledge about three important components in social work. Head, heart, and hand is so essential. Head, heart, and hand. Okay, the important component for social work, and include methodical cycles. We have to dig until the roots. What's the real problems of the clients? Okay, we can open up layer by layer into the roots of the problem and stages of behavior change. I think this is interesting from Francesca. and I think there is some kind of another terms, for example, as a 5 stage from contemplation, pre-contemplation, contemplation. I think that's interchangeably we can use the terms like that.
Yeah.
And the role of Larry is interesting too, because it's more abstract, and of course there's a challenging because we are online, and you need to imagine. We need to reflecting in our mind, but of course it is insightful material, I think, Mr. Paul. And maybe you can meet in another lecture. Maybe I just remembering you to in 26th of September, or we can maybe you will give us another theme, another lecture in basic communication skills in social work.
Yes.
Okay. For that, maybe next Budiana will contact you to make a plan in next sessions. Okay, in the 26th of September, maybe we can contact next for next plan.
Okay. I will be late.
Okay, Mr. Diana, where's Budiana? Mana Ibu Diana? Masih ada di sini nggak? Saya mungkin bisa jadi bridging you and Mr. Paul. Budiana masih ada di sini? Oh, sudah tidak ada ya. Maybe I'll give you her phone number. So
Okay.
you can with
Contact her
through WhatsApp. Okay, thank you very much, Paul. Thank you very much.
Thank
Terima
you.
kasih sekali. Terima kasih banget.
Yeah, sama-sama.
And we can see you next time. We can see around in Poltekesos. Okay, if you have a plan to Bandung on October.
I will. I hope to meet you there. Thank you very much.
Yes, okay, it's wonderful. Okay, Bu Lia, teman-teman mahasiswa semuanya, terima kasih sudah join di sini ya. Semoga kita akan lanjutkan diskusinya. Oke, kita see you, kita ketemu lagi nanti ya pada sesi yang berikutnya. Oke, thanks you, Mr. Paul.
Thank you.
Terima kasih.
Ya, terima kasih.
Sama-sama. Terima kasih.
We will leave and we will end this meeting.
Foto dulu, foto.
Oh ya, sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm forget.
Foto?
Would you like to take a
picture?
Yes.
Of course, yeah, it's okay. How?
Okay.
Silakan on cam yang lain.
Oke. Pak Robi ya, mau?
Ya,
Ya,
Pak.
silakan. Oke, siap. On cam yang lain silakan.
Ya, ditunggu.
Ini masih ada yang belum on cam.
Yang berkenan on cam ditunggu.
Kameranya di on kan?
On cam.
Oke, sudah Pak Robi?
Ya, saya hitung 1, 2, 3. Oke, sebentar. Saya simpan dulu. Next. 1, 2, 3. Baik, terima kasih.
Oke.
Oke.
Lagi.
Sama-sama.
See you.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.